Devin, no one asked. No one asked for your comments today, did we?
I would say it does drive me crazy sometimes.
Oh, hey, thank you, Colin Cook, for the subscribe. I don't know if they have to be watching the stream for it to pop up, or if they just are watching one of the videos and it pops up. Either way, pretty cool. Yeah. Also, I still don't know what. I gotta look into like the jumping dinosaur is cool and all. I just don't know where it came from.
Mysterious Streamlabs dinosaur.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be very funny if, like, during a stream, you, like, one of your videos blew up and you got, like, a fuck ton of subscribers.
That would be hilarious.
It's like, just they don't know you're thanking them. It's like, what the fuck? That'd be very funny.
That would be hilarious. But, yeah. And then I sneeze immediately after starting. This is how it be sometimes, I suppose.
It do be like that.
So, Alex, you had a story to share, or did you want to wait until we got more viewers?
I might as well. I feel like it's gonna work me up into a fun energy. So,
okay.
All right. So here's a fun thing. I thought I told you about this, Cameron. I could have sworn I did. I guess not. Maybe I've just been ranting about it to like people in person, like my friends around me and my roommates who've got to deal with this. So we got some neighbors, and they like to buy shitty cars, and like I assume restore them. I have yet to see them do a single one. I'm not going to like acknowledge that, like what you just sent. I'm not gonna comment. So yeah, they buy shitty cars. The problem is, they don't have much parking. Like they don't have a lot of space for it. Yeah, right. You see where this is going.
Yeah.
So they I guess they might have meant to temporarily. By the way, they didn't fucking tell us.
Right.
It just appears in our front. Because we had, like, it snowed, snowplow, and, like, our street parking was kind of fucked over because we had a big pile. The pile was gone, we were really excited. And then just this red car appears. This red Ford. And we're like, whose car is that? None of ours. Eventually, I try to figure out, as, like, the resident adult, when I go deal with the actual, like, problems with other people. Because I have no qualms with knocking on doors. I narrow down who the neighbors are. It's these neighbors that are like younger college students. Ones that I've talked to in the past to like deal with other things they've done, like garbage that's just on the ground by their cans that's the wind blows into our yard, that kind of shit.
Right.
I go talk to them. I talk to one of the girls that lives there, and she mentions that it's her boyfriend's car and that she'll talk to him to get him to move it. By the way, this is after like a few weeks where I assume like, okay, they're probably going to move it or like someone's driving it. I only figure out partway later that like it just doesn't function. It doesn't work at all. They parked it on our road, like probably temporarily. It just will not start again. So, me waiting for someone to move it so we can just get all our parking back and like lock them out of our yard didn't work. I was told, yes, we'll speak about it, and I will handle that situation. I leave going, dope, problem solved, amicably. That's what I do. Any problem I can solve diplomatically, I will. However, we are getting to that, Devin. Don't worry. It's something that's been on the docket. So eventually, I get approached by some neighbors that are across the road from us. They're also mechanics, and the core fucking separation is that they actually built an addition to their house for another garage and actually store their cars responsibly. They don't just buy shit, store it other places where it doesn't fit. They built that and then got more cars, like responsible people. One of the neighbors approaches me after I'm like getting groceries. Like I close the door and he's like standing there. It's like the fucking movie moment.
Right.
Luckily I'm good at hiding that I've just like jumped like out of like just terrified that this guy is just like in front of me now.
This is why I wear a diaper, just in case no one can see that I pissed myself.
Yeah. So we talk, and he's asking about like the cars, and I'm like, holy shit, it's really annoying. He's like, agreed. They did the same thing to our street. They parked a truck with no engine on the other side of the street, which I thought was theirs. I thought that was the car they got because that's what they do.
Right.
No, it was these neighbors, the shitty ones. So we talk, and we like make a little thing of like, all right, we gotta deal with this now because I asked him, and he mentioned that his house has actually talked to these neighbors a few times. Had the same conversation I did with them. From what the language that it sounded like weeks ago, like earlier, around the same time. At this point, I'm getting upset because the implication I'm getting is that these neighbors are taking advantage of me being nice, where they're procrastinating on an issue because I'm being nice about it and not pressing, like breathing down their neck or threatening like other legal shit at them. So next day I talked to those like cool neighbors again. They mentioned they call the code, the fucking code enforcement officers in Ellensburg. So I do too. I tattle on them. They have like a ticket now and another ticket I think that just arrived today, like on their car. Problem is, it's on our side of the road. I don't know if they've seen it. So, if this doesn't do it before I leave for spring break and go back home, if it's not solved, I am going to report this car as abandoned property. Because they haven't touched it in a month. I would know. It's in front of our house. There has been no attempt to touch it, no attempt to work it, and from my understanding, it doesn't function anymore. That to me sounds like a definition of abandoned property. Because I held off doing anything like this because I was being sympathetic, like, oh man, probably money issue, probably like, putting off because you can't really afford a tow truck or whatever. But if we've had multiple conversations with a person and nothing happens and nothing changes, my sympathy's fucking gone. At this point, fuck them. If it's a money problem, don't buy broken cars that you can't like put somewhere else. So, end of this week, if it is not moved, I'm going to call someone and get them to take it to a scrap heap or something. They can deal with it then.
Yep. Yeah. That's always rough. We have it arguably easier, but no less annoying, because we have an apartment parking lot and we have allotted parking spaces. So if someone parks in our spot, we can just straight up call towing.
Yeah, we have like just enough parking for our house.
Right.
Just enough. So the moment something else shows up and fucks with it, now one roommate has to be locked in at all times.
Right.
For us to park. So I would like our parking back, and I'm going to get mean about it. And I swear to fucking God, if I do this, and then I get a knock on my door and someone angry at me, confronting why I've towed their car, we'll see what mood I'm in. 9 out of 10 days, I'll be very nice about it, talking very diplomatically, like this is why I did it, or even feign ignorance. If they catch me on a bad day, I might be very mean. I hope not, because I'd rather not do that if I don't have to. But if I just had a very stressful day of like film work, and then I go home and someone's yelling at me for fucking towing a car that they've abandoned on our parking spots, fuck them.
Yeah.
That's my big takeaway for like these past few days. Fuck them. I don't care anymore.
Well, yeah, they definitely shouldn't do that. I mean, we have like numbered parking spots, and people should not be on them.
Totally.
Whatsoever.
And it's in front of our house. Like,
yeah,
we have parking. If it's in front of your house, you can park there. That's street parking, like for houses. I wouldn't fucking park in front of their house.
Right.
I assume.
And do they have like just vehicles parked all in front of their house?
They have 3 cars, so they don't have a great spot to put it. But again,
if they have 3 cars there, then they should just. Well, one, hopefully they're not working on all of them.
They're not. I have yet to see any of them work on a car, ever.
So,
I
like,
mean, I'd fucking hear it. They're right next to me. No, they're never working on it. They don't touch those cars. It just seems like they buy a thing and then just leave it on the street somewhere and never touch it.
they're one of those wannabe hobbyists who like, oh,
Yeah.
I'll get a car and work on it, and then they never do.
Yeah, it's so annoying. It's if they were actively trying to fix it, I'd be a lot better with it. It's like, okay, you're making an attempt, and like at that point, it's like, hey, maybe we should just get a mechanic, or like the other thing I was considering of and that's the most annoying part too. I've tried to talk to them again after I had the conversation with the cool mechanic neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
They just won't answer their door. I don't know if
Right.
they're actually there. I'm trying to talk to them because I want to offer, like, listen, just pop it in neutral and let's just push it out of my fucking street. Just, can we move it so we can park again? Like, and then have them deal with their own problem that they've created. That's their
Yeah.
problem now, not ours. We
I've
should be punished for a
seen-
bad decision someone else has made.
Yeah. Back when I was taking pictures of houses, one of the things that you have to do is take pictures of any cars, like in the yard or on the property, because they're considered like they damage the yard, you know, and
Oh, yeah.
and all that kind of stuff. So I take pictures, and sometimes I just go to a house and they have like 5 cars, all of them busted, all of them, you know, like I don't know why they would have them. They don't look like they're working on them. I know people who work on cars.
Same.
They definitely don't leave them like out in the rain and in that kind of condition, you know, making their job essentially harder. So I don't know if people just like collecting junker cars, or they just like, oh, this would be such a cool car if I could fix it, and then just sit there when like, I don't got the money to put into this
I
right now.
think maybe part of it is it's like the stereotypical like male hobby. It's like, you're a guy, what do you like? Oh, I like guns, I like fixing cars, I like boats, like smoking meats, like that kind of shit. And it's like one of those where it's like a hobby a guy is supposed to have, but like not everyone's like driven to do it.
Well, and it's like, I hate that. I legitimately hate guys who like look at you and you're like, oh, hey, and they mention some car thing and you just stare at them blankly. And they're just like, what kind of guy are you? You don't even know about this. It's like, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I filled all my vehicle knowledge about fictional vehicles and sci-fi and fantasy universes.
Yeah, it's
I
like,
can't have a real world car knowledge and also tell you exactly how this Adeptus Mechanicus tank works.
don't you guys like drinking beer and screaming at the TV? Yeah, totally. Oh, I mean,
Though
situation.
you adjust it slightly. I do like drinking not beer, because beer tastes like piss water.
Beer is terrible. I don't.
Beer is pretty bad.
We need to destroy the culture of just people who like drinking beer, because it's like there's better alcoholic drinks out there.
There are way better. I like drinking and screaming at the TV, but out of laughter of watching this man open and eat MREs from like the 40s. It's a very good watch while you're drunk. Yeah, no, beer is fucking nasty.
Beer is disgusting.
Also most wines are pretty bad too. Well, I just hate red wine, I guess. But
I don't know. I don't have many like easy drinks though. Like the only things I like to drink are like sugary drinks that are slightly
Yeah, same.
alcoholic.
or whiskey. I'm a whiskey bourbon guy.
I don't mind taking shots of like if we're going to hard liquor, man. There's a lot of hard liquor that I like, but when it's like light stuff, I don't know. I just like Mike's Hard is pretty much like my go-to if it's something light,
That's fair.
or amber ales and ciders.
I'll say Jack Daniels makes some really good fucking like cocktails. Jack Daniels like peach mixes. Jack Daniels they have an apple one that just tastes like apple juice. Fucking great. Although
Pink Panther, that's a good one.
I never actually had it. I don't know what that is. Though I will mention this is accidentally, like, very coincidental. I didn't intend for this. I did not intend to rant about an annoying neighbor's vehicle on the day where we're going to talk about Pathfinder vehicles and bases, or just tabletop ones.
Yeah,
I did not intend for it. This is just what I've been dealing with for the past week.
Convenient story.
Yeah. I was just angry.
Man. You know what? I got another one. Rum and Coke. Rum and Coke is actually really good.
Really good. I like a good rum and Coke. It's my go-to. Like, I don't know what I want. Order something from the bar.
I'm glad most places have Long Island iced teas, because that's my go-to bar drink.
I'd say you're starting off the night strong, but we had that conversation last week.
Yeah, we had that conversation. It's not a thing for me. For me, that's just a delicious drink.
Yeah, but we cannot have a prolonged alcohol conversation again.
Not again.
Can't do that.
To be fair, for me, it's just like, I never drink, so it's fun to talk about sometimes.
Oh yeah.
All right,
and
but
I drink, once a week. I'm not
once a week.
I don't want to claim I'm an alcoholic. I'm just a college student.
No, you're not an alcoholic. If you were an alcoholic, you would be drinking every day, and you'd be drinking beer because that's the cheapest one you can buy regularly.
I don't even smoke often. I don't do any substance regularly. It's kind of just whenever I'm like, I don't have anything to do tomorrow, I'm a drink.
Yeah. I don't even think I drank. The most I drank, was literally after college, funny enough. Worked at Macy's, and one of the things that everyone would do, we just go to the bar after work sometimes. And so, because I lived way out of town, I would just go in my work clothes. So I go to a bar in a vest top, nice tie, and slacks. And we just go and dance and drink, and that was probably the most frequent I ever drank in my life.
Sounds
just
fun,
every other week. It was pretty fun. I was kind of the safety guy because I had a bunch of friends who were girls, so I was the one who was dancing with them, so no guy would come up and do weird stuff.
A good role.
It's a good role to have.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, today we're talking about vehicles, something you definitely should not be operating while driving, while drinking. And in tabletops and bases, a lot of things I feel like tabletop games typically have rules for, but they don't actually have mechanics for how it benefits a player, right? Yeah, Jess, it's good. It's good. Good music. You put it in the engine to make it go faster. Nah, don't do that, please.
Yeah, it's that and sugar.
Nope, don't do that. But yeah, so let's talk general vehicle stuff and base stuff. Alex, what's your experience with vehicles and bases in tabletop games?
I can't say I've had much experience with vehicle stuff. The most I've done is I DM'd a session in the Avernus book with the Hell vehicles. I created a Mad Max combat encounter. That was really fun. There was a great time on both sides. And the one I've had the most experience with is probably bases, because I've had a few games I've been part of where we have headquarters that we can create, make our own. One I think of pretty quickly is our bar from when we were doing Adventure League for the Waterdeep campaign.
No, that's true.
That was fun. I love me some base mechanics. Vehicles, could go with or without them. I love me having a headquarters or a base in tabletop. It's my favorite shit.
Yeah, actually, for the game I'm designing as well, I am planning on implementing a like vehicle base system the party operates around, because you're traveling in essentially uncivilized land for long periods of time. So
Final Fantasy airship type beat.
not airships, more land vehicle based.
That's fair. I just, whenever I picture like a moving base, I always think of like the Mode 7 airships from all of that era of like of RPG.
See, Jess gets it exactly.
Moving castle.
Have you not seen Howl's
I've
Moving
seen
Castle?
it. I've seen it. I just don't.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it just walked on like big legs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That movie. I just remember being distracted because Mike Wazowski was in it.
Jess.
No, I've seen it. I haven't seen many other Ghibli films. I've seen Spirited Away. That's the important one, because that movie is fucking amazing.
It's a really, really good one. It's a masterpiece. But yeah, as far as my experience, like as a GM mostly, though I'm playing in a game where we're working on a base, kind of. I've done a lot of it. I've done airship style ones, flying castles mostly, not like actual airships. And I've done bases a little bit. I mean, that same one you said in the Waterdeep game I was running that game, and you guys had the tavern. I think a lot of what bases are is a good idea, but I feel like in most games they fall way to the wayside, because it's like, what do you do with it, right? What's the point? What's the benefit?
True.
It's mostly like a slight RP thing, but you're like spend most of your time away from that, which I think is tragic. We tried to do a little bit more with it during the I don't think you were there for this, but we did Acquisitions Incorporated stuff.
Yeah, I left part right there.
And you guys had a base and you had to defend it and stuff like that, which I think was interesting. I think it would have been better if we had kept everything a little bit more like together, but the other GMs and we're just struggling to incorporate the ideas I was having, which is very unfortunate. And then I had to leave to Norway like halfway through.
Yeah. I remember, honestly, it's something I've noticed. I was going to bring up, like, yeah, that's just a thing. You have like player homes or bases, and like they're like secondary, but I feel like if it's I don't know, I feel like it's easy but difficult to implement it. Like, for example, in the D&D like game I play every Friday, we have a player home. It's one of the characters' like house in their big city. We go back there all the time. It's like, and that's because so much effort has been put into that like location from like Vale, because you know it's Vale,
right?
It's as they be. There's so much that it's like a fully realized location, and so roleplay comes out of the location being the location,
right?
As well, the second way I think that it's really easy is the way we did it in Waterdeep. If it is a business that's tied to it that gives you buffs and bonuses and money, people will give a shit because you're getting money or like benefits out of it. And I, for one, love business management shit in my games. So I was always super hyped whenever we got to do the bar management bits in the Adventure League.
Yeah, that's true. It was always really, really interesting. I enjoyed the aspect of it, and I think it's just because, I don't know, I think more campaign settings need the whole like base of operations feeling, because a lot of it is the Vagabond style campaign where your characters literally your characters literally just travel. They just go and stay at inns and travel and do things, and well, that's fine. It gives you a wide range of things, of different kind of environments to do or whatever. I think you could still get that same feeling, only with a place you go back to a lot more frequently. And I think that's what a lot of tabletops kind of fail to do more often than not, is really build a sense of like belonging.
Yeah.
In a
like,
group.
This
like,
is your home.
Well, it doesn't even have to be your home. It could just be something just like, here's, where you guys work from. Your characters might live somewhere else, but like here's where you go all the time. You get a village, you start recognizing people. That was one of the cool things about the Waterdeep campaign that I really liked as well, is they also personalized the surrounding shops and people around you as well.
Oh yeah, they had a lot of really good character and moments, and it would be a shame if some cleric down the line all forced them out of the city.
Yeah.
That'd be a shame, and I would certainly never do that. Which actually, that's interesting. Slight, I guess, side topic. And this is applying to like our style of games where we do have really heavy roleplay shit.
Right.
It's actually really interesting because like that same Friday game, like that location, there was a really interesting conversation I had with like Vale's character in mind, where they talked about like just having a home is something like important, having this stable place that you can just return to. It was interesting because I was playing a character who just actually disagreed with that.
Right.
Mentioned like, I've never had that drive. I don't really feel comfortable staying in the same place for very long. I actually feel at home just if I'm in a new city every day. Like it's an interesting like thing because I feel like as people would, some people are just down to kind of live like location to location, travel the world, like live in their car kind of deal. Like some people are down with that, some people aren't. I know I'm not in real life. I'm very like, I settle into a location. You have to fucking force me to leave.
I'm very sedentary myself, yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna take a forced for me to leave the town I'm in currently. It's gonna take a fucking good effort. Monetary effort. I don't want to leave. I like this place.
Vibe with the van life.
Yeah.
I could not do that.
Same, I couldn't.
I like having a place that feels like my own. I don't like worrying about like what's around me or what might happen, and I just I'm a homebody. I like going out and doing things, don't get me wrong. Someone comes on the day, hey, we're gonna go do this, I'll be like, okay, cool, sure, and I'll go and do it. But I struggle to go to like my parents' house for any longer than a few days, because I just want to go back home and be back in my space.
I have finally found a way to change my outlook on that, because I used to feel the exact same way. But right now, like next week for spring break, I'm going back home for like Wednesday to Monday. Like I am planning, like we are going to hang out in that week, by the way.
Sure.
We could probably hang out Thursday, like for table talk in person.
Nice.
And like hang out. But I actually have found that going back home and like staying with my family for a few days is an excellent mental switch. Because like right now, incredibly fucking stressed. I got a lot of bullshit that I got to deal with in the next few days, and then after that, I fully separate from college. Like drive 3 hours, and I am in a new location. None of my stress from back home. Got to deal with nothing except just vibing, hanging out with friends, hanging out with family that I haven't seen in a while, and painting. I just bring minis over to paint, and all I do when I go back home is paint.
You know, that's actually funny. I was just actually about to say, like, we should all get together and just paint minis for like a few hours.
Oh yeah, I'm bringing it. I can bring my whole paint set. I have a giant vitamin water box full of paint, and I have all the paint you need for Thousand Suns, and I probably have the paint needed for Harlequins. I can also bring my hobby supplies, like my knives, my files, my clippers, and all that.
Ooh. Don't know if Devin's here, but I should let Devin know so we can start working on his over 2,000 army.
Yeah, I can. If there's a few models, I can also show you guys some techniques on how to paint and like make certain things really cool.
I mean, a cool, chill thing to do, just sit around, talk, and work on minis. I think that's a lot really fun.
Oh yeah, I'd be down to show y'all. Big thing you guys are gonna need is you're gonna need to prime your stuff. I can bring a prime can over.
In-person table talk workshop.
Be fun.
There's actually some channels out there. I was doing some research the other day. They just literally have like videos of just painting minis.
Oh yeah, it's a relaxing hobby. There's one streamer I like, Quite Shy, who has painting streams that are just really chill because they have their friends on. It's like their friends bullshitting as they paint.
I need to get those little like personal mics you can like clip to your shirt and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, laugh.
I should see if I can get some of those. I think that'd be potentially worth the effort.
They're not crazy expensive from what I know.
Milk Alex for content. Trust me. That's like all table talk is, really.
That is the agreement we've made behind the scenes.
But yeah, for real though, I think more campaigns, more tabletop games in general need bases, need a place the characters can go back to and build. But I also think the players just need to not be on a perpetual journey like the whole time, because it's super unrealistic to expect characters not to rest and do nothing. And that's, I think, what another thing that's kind of criminal about it is downtime. I remember so much time, like downtime days. It's like, okay, guys, you want to do anything during your downtime? And players are like, I don't know. I don't have anything I'm doing here. And it's like a town I've never been to. So, you know, like they just don't do anything. But if you had like a small town or even like a city that your characters like live in, know people in or whatever, like that would be really good for roleplay stuff. Actually, I gotta say this a lot because I have a lot of ambitions for the game I'm designing. One of the things about my game that I'm designing is a stress system that you have to alleviate by hanging out and doing things your character likes during downtime, essentially.
Yeah.
As well, I'm also developing a bond system, so if you bond with your allies, you get special bonuses as well.
Is it gonna work like all those fucking dating sims where I can just spam presents at somebody? Or
No.
am I gonna have some persona like rank up social links?
I would say it's kind of closer to like Persona in a way. But it's more like you only get so much downtime, and so you have to pick what you're doing with it. And depending on certain advantages and disadvantages your characters might have, like if your character has the loner disadvantage, they don't reduce their stress when they're spending time with other people. So they might have to do things on their own during that roleplay time or that downtime. But they also, you get special benefits if you bond with your allies. So essentially with everyone in the game, you start off at like the lowest bond level, and you have to actually spend time together to increase that, to do extra things. Like eventually you'll even get certain actions you can do with characters at certain bond levels, like during combat, like synergizing and all that kind of stuff.
Yes, to the dreaded Persona Valentine's Day cutscene.
Oh,
every single female character just kicks your ass.
Yep. And I don't know what I want to do, and we were kind of discussing this the other day, actually. Yeah, kind of like the Final Fantasy 15 joint attacks or joint blocks, you know, like a character has better bonuses if they try to intercept an attack for you, or they get special types of intercepts based on their bond level with you. There'll be other things as well, like if a character gets injured, your character can get special, like, not currency, but like points, essentially, to do things like maybe they have a rage feature, or maybe they have some other kind of feature and amps it up. So the bonding not only is a good moment for roleplay and really like reinforces roleplay, but simultaneously, yeah, I agree. It's a very fun thing. But it's something that mechanically makes your characters better. And not only that, but it reinforces teamwork and abilities that focus around playing around with your other teammates.
Yeah, having like double actions has been something I've always thought would be really fun in tabletop, but like I never see it very much because how just action systems work normally. It's like the idea of that kind of deal with like I pictured the exact same thing. Final Fantasy 15, like fucking Ignis or something joining in to do a cool little double slash.
Yeah, and that's the kind of stuff I want to like put in, and it has the, you know, additional benefit of it reinforces roleplay as well. I think that's a very, very good system, and I think that's very interesting. And, you know, all of this just stems from having a place to come back to. I think more campaigns need to focus on, like, missions and not super long journeys. I still like long journeys. Lord of the Rings is an amazing example of a long journey through harsh lands, and, you know, that's what it is, but that's what all we do all the time. Yeah. Literally.
It's one of those things where it's like a story like that is good, but not every story is going to be like Lord of the Rings. Because like the growing stress and like toll that journey takes on the characters is one of the reasons it's super interesting. Because like that entire journey, like those characters get fucking tired and just want to go back home, but they can't. That's what makes it like engaging. Obviously for D&D, it doesn't take into account. Because a lot of games, yeah, you just kind of go around, you travel, you go from place to place, location to location. But like, you know, you have some good moments if you like sit down and think, like, maybe my character wants to just fucking go back home and sleep in their own bed. I just feel like that's a fucking relatable thing for everybody. That
it really is.
Whenever you're like somewhere for a prolonged period of time, go back home, get into your room, just lay down on your bed, and you're like, this is the comfiest shit I've ever laid on. Like, it's the best. And that is a great feeling.
1 second. I found the perfect meme of what we were just talking about.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait, Jess. I'm gonna pull that shit on y'all when we do our home anime game. You have to, if you want to continue your conversations with me, you're gonna have to get that rank up.
Hopefully this doesn't look too weird.
Great thing to hear. Holy shit. That face at the end.
That face at the end was really, really good. Yeah, that stuff right there. Right there.
That'd be dope. And I don't mean in a Friday game, I mean a Saturday game. For like your summoner comes up and is like, hey, character that definitely has a name, I have a problem. It's like, I'm sorry, your social rank needs to be level 4. It's currently at level 2. Please come back later. Or I'll be a Shenmue NPC, where I'll just go like, I'm kind of busy right now, and then it's like, you have to wait till a very specific time of the day to speak to me. I'm I'm certain Devin would appreciate if I just play a video game NPC in his game.
I also have to say, Jess, giving Alex an eye is nothing new. You gotta step up your gift game. Alex has too many demon parts already.
It happens, you know. You accumulate that shit.
Goodness.
You have a demon heart. You got a demon eye. You know, just sometimes things happen. I can't wait for this character. That again definitely has a name, and also has a finished character sheet. I promise. He's probably gonna collect demon artifacts. That'd be metal as fuck. So yes, I'll gladly take some demon bat wings. That sounds awesome.
I don't like how it cleared out my chat box.
Why is it on your YouTube now?
Oh shit.
See your YouTube.
I know why that happened. 1 second. Sorry, I thought I had my split window open.
Yeah, my YouTube moment.
I mean, y'all were already on YouTube anyway. It doesn't even matter. And it didn't show anything, so it's all good.
No. It's like every single Twitch VOD that's uploaded, or like Twitch clip video, that every one of the Twitch chats like, "Hi YouTube."
Yeah, right.
It's actually directed at something.
But yeah, I really like bases. I really like the idea of bases, and honestly, like, I think it should be more the standard than the long journey. Just purely because there's more roleplay implications that comes with something like that. You're building relations with, you know, either people where you live, or even building a relationship with the location itself. That's really good. And not only that, it's... The long journey is such an overplayed, like, style. And it's kind of where the idea of murder hobos comes from. Because literally none of the players, like, live anywhere. And they just go from town to town with little consequence. Like, the whole base of operation thing, I think, is definitely something that's just really good. And like a flying base can kind of do a lot of the same things if you really wanted to do like the whole long journey type stuff. But yeah, like just said, like all of those small stuff, like it really humanizes your characters when you show them in moments where they're in like their safe environment, you know, things they only do at home that they might not do at an in room.
Yeah.
I don't know. What's something you want from bases, or what's something you thought would be really cool that it's just never been done?
I don't know. Like, it's the kind of thing of whenever I picture a base in tabletop, like the dream is like fucking Breeze Home from Skyrim kind of deal, where it's like, this is my home that you can fully upgrade. But like, honestly, I feel like my favorite type of base is like something with a business element tied to it. I like having that focus. I think it's really fun. I think the favorite base I've ever had in tabletop has been, at least mechanically wise, just with how it worked, was the one in Waterdeep, because it was like a little side game that you can play. It's like, I don't like business management games. I like it when games have a business management mini game, because they're fun. But like, it is true. Like, bases give you a lot of role play. Because yeah, Jess is also talking from experience with the same house created by Vale. Just it adds a lot of like character to stuff. I think it also should be a mainstay, though. I guess I'm a little less bothered by the constantly traveling trope. I think it's really fun. It is overdone in tabletop, but like,
Well,
It doesn't.
I
It's one of
mean,
those things where it doesn't like the Lord of the Rings style homeless party, like just traveling place to place. I think it's like I enjoy that style just as much as I do of the reoccurring base.
well, don't get me wrong. It's not that I hate it. In fact,
No,
I
no,
run many of my games like that. After all,
It's overplayed. It's a cliche at this point.
well, and I think one of the things about it is you can still have that feeling of going to new places all the time, while still having a place to come back to after you're done there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Like you can still do the same thing, but just orientated better to give your characters more like actual at-home downtime kind of stuff. I of all the games I've run, I think the one I liked the most was I made a Naruto based system I called Path of Shinobi, and I enjoyed it because it was mission based. So you went out, you did your mission for a few sessions, and then you came back home. And when you were back at the home base location, you know, you talked to NPCs, and you also trained your characters. Your characters didn't get XP on the missions. Instead, they came home and trained between the missions, and that was like how they gained XP, more or
Very
less.
shonen anime.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it was inspired by, after all.
Yeah.
I think we'll need a bigger base if we're adopting NPCs.
Yeah, that's also a thing. You need a hub world for all the NPCs you adopt.
Yeah. But let's talk vehicles for a bit, shall we?
Yeah.
What's your experience with vehicles in tabletop?
Not much.
Not
they
much.
look fun, but I haven't done much. I know the Infernal Hell vehicles in Avernus because the rules for that are fucking great. They're done very well. Good on you, 5e. You made an all-around just great book with the Avernus book. I just haven't had much experience. I would love to have more. So I think it could be a really good time. Also, actually, I will say, for a brief bit, I was part of a Star Wars campaign. With the Fantasy Flight. I forget the name of it, like the actual game, but it's like the Fantasy Flight special dice ones. We did a ship combat section where like with my character like piloting like the ship. That was so fucking fun. Like, spaceship combat, like we did this really fun maneuver where like I still remember this, how hype it was. Like what he did was my character floored it, like gunned it, and so then the other guys had to like catch up, and as they were like catching up, purely focusing on getting up to us, I cranked the brake, like, or just like, you know, put it reverse, like lower the thrusters, and had it ready so both gunners on both sides were just shooting as we passed by. So that way, like, they were just blindsided by an entire line of like laser fire down like the side of their ships. From both ends. And then also another maneuver we fucking did that was awesome was I went like perpendicular, like side by side with another ship, like the one that was remaining, and I just told the gunners, like, just like open fire, just like aim your gun forward and shoot. And so I did a fucking essentially like a barrel roll, like a roll over the ship to its other side as both gunners just peppered like the sides and the top of it as we were spinning. Fucking dope. It
Sounds
was so
sick.
much fun. It was great in role play and like describing the scene, and like just mechanically it felt really good. So Star Wars has a good vehicle system.
I mean, I hope so. That's kind of like a big part of the Star Wars universe, is the spaceship combat.
Being the ace pilot is a great time.
But that does sound pretty cool. As far as being a GM, I don't have a lot when it comes to vehicles experience, actually. We have a flying castle currently in one game. And by the way, when you start taking in the logistics of like a flying castle, even if it doesn't fly that fast, it took like month-long journeys and turned them into like 3-day trips.
Very cool.
It's a very, I think that was the funnest part, was just seeing the difference it actually made in travel time.
Oh yeah. See, that's the reason I don't have much experience with vehicles, Cameron, because I play in your games primarily.
It's true. And then there was one in the Waterdeep game. It wasn't really like a vehicle thing as much as like a set piece, but
the dragon turtle?
The dragon turtle boat.
Yes, dude.
Yeah.
That was so fucking cool. That is still like one of my favorite sections we've ever done. Oh my god, that was so fucking fun.
Yeah, and you know what's super funny too? Like, I played that very differently than I was supposed to. You guys are just supposed to fight, like, the turtle with the drow. And I was like, nah, that sounds boring. They're gonna get on the dragon turtle tank and try to swim away. And then the players had to fight on top of it, and it had, like a steam pipe that they couldn't touch. And,
It was so cool.
it was really fun, and that is vehicle because it was moving. Devin's character actually fell in the water, couldn't get onto it. I can't remember which, and had to like try to catch up.
It was the best way I can describe it for those listening is it's that scene from Indiana Jones 3 where they're fighting on top of the tank, like the fist fight on top. Like, it's that style. Like, there weren't many enemies we were dealing with. We were dealing with an environment that was wanting to get us off. And so it was really hard to stay on, and, like, that was part of the danger of there's a drow shooting at us. Like, usually we fought, like, only, like, one or two at a time.
There's two drow, yeah.
Yeah. And, like, we were, like, 5 players, so, like, we could handle 2 drow by ourselves, but it was the environment that made it actually dangerous to deal with. Other than the fact that the drow guns fucking hurt.
Yeah. I mean, they were guns.
Yeah.
So, you know, and they're poisoned, which made it even harder. But yeah,
taking down many a person with that.
Is really, really, really good. I really enjoyed that one as well. But again, that's not really a vehicle combat as much as it was just a moving set piece.
Oh yeah, I think. Listen, one of my favorite movie scenes ever is the tank fight scene from Indiana Jones 3. So like, any excuse to do that in tabletop, and also just any excuse to live out like Mad Max Fury Road. Fucking 10 out of 10 experiences, because you want to do that. You want to like have the fist fight on top of a tank, like have that bit of like, oh, am I gonna push you off the edge? Are you gonna push me off the edge? Or like, I'm going to like vault over to another car and start like kicking ass, like throw the driver out and jump back into our own vehicle. It's like to take down that enemy vehicle. Like, it's so cool. It's the like dopest thing ever.
Yeah, and honestly, like, I'm thinking about it now, like, there's never in Final Fantasy VII Remake, there's a really kick-ass scene where Cloud's on a motorcycle and he's fighting another soldier individual, soldier being like the special program they went through, on a motorcycle. And it's Final Fantasy as fuck. They're going around, they're fighting melee weapons while piloting these bikes. They're jumping over obstacles. Cloud has to jump off his bike and like slice through things and get back onto his bike. The bikes even have like guns that they can shoot at each other, like machine guns on them, if one gets behind the other, you know? Like, there's not scenes like that in tabletop really ever. And I think it's mostly just because either everyone's on a bike or no one's on a bike, you know? That's just how it is.
Yeah. Oh, actually, the only other thing I've seen like that in tabletop was Dimension 20. They had a really fun combat encounter that's really interesting to listen to, where they were in a like a fancy like Mustang, essentially like a fancy like sports car,
right,
open top, as they're being chased by greasers on motorcycles. And so the combat was them trying to like equally drive around, face the obstacles as they're on like getting on the highway, and like a turn would pass and they're on a different street, and like, oh no, there's a minivan crossing, like, because it's a green light for them, and you're like right in the way of a minivan full of a happy gnome family. Or like, do you want to like continue speeding up or slow down, and like you don't know what the next part is, while also being attacked by tieflings throwing spells and crossbows at you from like motorcycles.
Yeah,
like super cool, super imaginative, like excellent combat, criminally underdone, like moving set pieces like that. Like, if you can design your combats like fucking Uncharted encounters, like, because Uncharted like encounters are all very linear. Like, you could easily just play those in tabletop. Just make checks, fight at the same time. You can easily do it. It just takes effort and like planning time.
I think I'm definitely going to add vehicle combat to my game as well.
I would love it if you did.
I want, especially with like moddable vehicles, like you can put different weapons on them. The type of vehicle it is can adjust like its maneuverability or its top speed. Like, yeah, a bike, but it can go, like, it has very high maneuverability and you can do all kinds of stuff. Or you have like a combat vehicle that just has a super high top speed.
I cannot wait to play a gunslinging preacher who is also really good at vehicle driving.
Yeah, we will do that kit game hopefully at some point in the future.
We're totally doing it because I will be part of it no matter what. I desperately want to like be driving like a combat vehicle, lean out the window, and like have the lever action shotgun and do the fucking Terminator thing of like shooting and then doing the spin, like to recock the shotgun.
Right.
And we'll go full Terminator with it.
There's
so cool.
And there's a lot of vehicles in Pathfinder. It's one of the things I really like. They actually have a ton of vehicles.
I really like the worm train or the snake train. I know that's one in there.
There's a snail coach, which is similar. Yeah. It's an interesting vehicle because it can go on any flat surface.
I have to.
And it has a decent speed. It's kind of slow, but like it has a 15-foot climb speed and a 15-foot normal speed, you know. So it can go up on walls, it can climb over things. Also leaves behind a trail of adhesive, so anyone behind it gets stuck and loses 10 feet.
Oh yeah, there's a fucking like mech suits in this game too. Like the steam giants.
Yeah.
The fucking where is it? The Titanic Stomper. Like, yeah, get yourself a fucking mech suit. Have a mecha like Pathfinder like campaign.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, I think I would definitely want to use more vehicle stuff. And if I can come up with a good way to implement in Pathfinder, like ways of augmenting your vehicles in some way, I think that'd be sick as fuck. There's all kinds of really, really fun ones, and like I'm scrolling down, the list goes on and on and on and on. They have a clockwork castle.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that. Yeah, literally the moving, like Hal's Moving Castle. Just with clockwork.
You walked into a good thing, Gray. We're talking vehicles and badassery. And while I do know that 5e has some vehicle rules, they definitely don't have nearly as many vehicles as Pathfinder does.
The ones I know of are in the Inverness book. And to be fair, the ones in the Inverness book you could easily shift to just like be whatever you want. Because those rules are some of the most solid rules 5e has written.
Yeah.
Like they're really good.
I do know they're pretty good because we were gonna do it before COVID hit. Like COVID hit right when we were starting the Avernus game.
It is a great module. That is the best module they've ever done.
But yeah, they have all kinds of stuff. They have multi-types. They have a sand diver, a vehicle that travels through sands.
That's fun.
They have a pogo. They have a firework pogo.
Hell yeah, I'll have a character on a pogo stick for the next game.
They have a mobile inn. What's a bathysphere?
That is a you know those giant glass like submarine things?
Oh.
That's a bathysphere.
Interesting.
I'm gonna make a Google search to see if I just completely got that wrong.
No, I think you got it right.
Yeah, it's the fucking like one man big like ball of a submarine.
Yeah,
for deep
that's
sea
cool.
diving.
They have that in here though.
Yeah.
That's kind of sick. And then they have a cutter for ships, which I absolutely love. Some of these came in Grand Bazaar too, which was another really good book.
I wonder if the necromancy book will have vehicles. I doubt it, but that'd be really funny. Give me a fucking skull chariot or like a skeleton horse or something.
I mean, most of that you can just change one. Just be like, oh, it's made of bones and is piloted by the dead. Yeah, they have a clockwork burrower, which is essentially just a huge adamantine drill attached to a wheeled carriage. Oh, they have a speedster. Oh, it's a mecha horse. That's sick.
Ooh. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I now I remember. It's the fucking Book of the Dead that's coming out next month.
Yeah, that book's gonna be sick. I'm super excited about it.
Like, it gives you tools for horde fighting, like zombie horde fighting, as well as more lore, options for the players to control or become undead creatures.
Yep.
Hell yeah, we're gonna get like undead rules, or even like become a vampire rules. I love me some transformations. Or giving you shit to be like a holy crusader, smite the undead, because definitely have some rules to kill the undead better.
Yep. They're also going to be talking about one of the areas in the world, the Gravelands.
Yeah, also the cover art's fucking amazing.
It's really good.
That's really good cover art. Which, by the way, for those watching the stream, if you want to see the cover art, hop over to our Discord server.
It's true. You can check us out down in the link below. And we talk all things Table Talk there, including Warhammer 40k. As well as I always recruit there first for any of the games I play on the channel. So if you want a chance to play with me and my friends, you can check us out there.
Fucking facts, Gray. Absolute facts.
I barely did any undead in those games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, huh? When was the last time that the Anima game did anything undead?
When Haringam talked to us.
When does Haringam talk to you?
Yeah, that's an undead. And apparently he's not even a cool undead. He's some anime boy.
He's actually not undead. He's never died. He's actually undying.
So that is undead with some extra letters.
And in Pathfinder, we didn't fight undead for only like the beginning part.
I think it's because we said something. If we didn't say anything, every single game would be like, oh, here's the skeleton lord, here's the lich. I mean, you got like some
Joseph, not Peter.
Dice. You got skeleton
Joseph's
dice like
vampire.
Because of it. Like, you went out of your way to get dice with little skulls in them.
I did not. You got those for me.
Nah, I think you found and bought those yourself because you were just so excited about like seeing a skeleton inside dice.
To be fair, Greg, I'm surprised you remembered either of their names.
I know there was a Dampier. I don't remember.
His name is Joseph. He's a very tall, melancholy bard, Dampier elf. His muse is literally misery. And he's actually a Carthotic caster who, if he experiences great misery, he gets more powerful. It's going to be a lot of fun. I like the character a lot. Thank you, Gray. I appreciate it. Oh yeah, they're also expanding the number of creatures you can summon with the Animate Dead spell.
Hell yeah.
That's gonna be super sick.
they're gonna have an actual like necromancer style, so you can play like the necromancer summoner, or just like I like the idea of like characters that let you raise the dead and fight with hordes.
I like that too.
I love it when I can turn a tabletop system into Pokemon. It is a surprisingly fun time to just order shit to fight for you as like your combat style.
There's some kind of special power to commanding a horde at your will, and they don't have to be strong. They don't have to be like all that great, but just having hundreds of people just move at your will, it's just some kind of special power there.
There's something cool about it.
I've been playing a game kind of as my palate cleanser for Elden Ring, you know, just so I can get a break, called Solash, and you play like an old evil god who's now had to reincarnate into a body and needs to like regain their power by consuming the souls of mortals. And you pick a class at the beginning, and one of them is the necromancer, and literally just at the beginning of the game, every time you kill literally anything that has a body, you can turn it into a zombie. You can kill a fox and turn it into a zombie. You can kill a bat and turn it into a zombie. You can kill a skeleton and turn it into a zombie, strangely enough.
It's very, like, Dwarf Fortress.
It doesn't, and there's no limit to the number of undead you can have.
That's pretty fun.
It's really cool. The undead are kind of bad. They only do like 1 or 2 damage a hit, and they have 40 HP, which is a lot at the beginning of the game, not when you start getting to like mid-game.
Yeah.
But what they really are good for is just body blocking the fuck out of powerful enemies, so that the enemy has to sit around and just slay your undead while you sit in the background and cast spells.
That's pretty cool.
It's pretty fun. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, it's important. Get yourself a palate cleanser game so you can so you don't get burnt out of an amazing game. I've been doing the same shit.
Yeah, and I love Elden Ring. Don't get me wrong. I'm also on a really hard boss fight. I like the last time I played Elden Ring, I bashed my head against the boss fight for 2 hours, and I was like, okay, I'm done for now. I'll be back. But yeah, there's, I don't know, Pathfinder has a lot of really good rules for when it comes to like vehicles and such. I really need to like start having more moments where characters have vehicle stuff. I also like the idea of having vehicles being like a character focus in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I could see them adding an inventor innovation, which is just a vehicle. Your innovation is the vehicle.
Holy shit.
Yeah, isn't that really cool?
That would be so fun. Yeah, like fucking go full like Sid from Final Fantasy, like, or like play the car mechanic like character. That sounds awesome.
So yeah, I don't know, but now that I'm glad we had this chat today, because now I'm like, because I'm designing a modern high fantasy sci-fi game. It's a mix of genres, and we brought in, I'm like, I could make rules for that. I could make rules if someone really, really wanted to make have a strong focus on vehicles.
If you had like your system gets vehicle combat, dude, I'm already excited because you're keep hyping me up about your gun system. You're gonna make the guns feel good. Just make the cars and shit feel good, so I can like, because I want to do like a sick drift and like have a vehicle chase where like it's a shootout in a car. Oh my god, that'd be so cool.
That'd be really sick, wouldn't it?
I want to do that in tabletop.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't play enough systems that are like modern day.
I agree. I actually like modern day stuff. I think it's really good. I like having
more
that.
And more that I like the concept of it, because I have a friend who's doing like he's in 2 games, Blades in the Dark and Vampire the Masquerade. He's and he's telling me about all these adventures, and it's like, like modern day gangster shit, and I'm like, this sounds awesome. Like the idea of like he was talking about how he was dealing with dropping off a target at the airport and making sure like protecting a client, and like so they didn't get killed on the way to the airport. I'm like, that is pretty cool. And like he's talking about like this cool like encounter he had because his character has like a fucking mom minivan, and like literally did the driving down the street and there's an ambush as someone drives a dump truck into their car, and like everyone jumps out of the car like guns blazing, like that kind of shit. That's so cool.
That's pretty sick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely trying to take my time. I'm not rushing another playtest because we did some playtesting recently, and they both went really well. Everyone really liked it, so I'm taking my time because what we played, while it was fun, it was not fun because it was base gun. It's like it would be like if you took D&D and like, okay, no abilities, just attack each other with weapons. You know?
Yeah, makes sense.
Only this was more fun. So
yeah.
I'm taking my time, and I'm want to put in different kinds of skills I feel like will make the characters feel like they're able to do a lot of stuff. And I'm also balancing the action system a little bit better, because a lot of it is just the balance of action reaction. It's like an actual combat, you know. Someone's coming at you, do you have fast enough reflexes to do something in return, or is the only thing you can do like guard your face, you know, kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Or if someone's aiming a gun at you, you know, you gotta run and duck for cover, kind of stuff. No worries, Gray. Thanks for chatting, though. It's felt really good, and not only that, but the 3 gun types we've used so far feel good and different.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited, and the thought of like putting guns on your vehicles, I'm getting excited thinking about modding vehicles now, because I'm just like, you could pick like, oh, does your vehicle have like chain guns on it, or does your vehicle have like oversized shotguns that just blast an area in front of them?
Fucking rocket pods and shit.
Do you know, like a chassis upgrade that you get a choice? Do you want a flexible chassis, a chassis that has like multiple plates so that the vehicle can make sharper turns? Or do you have a more heavy plated chassis so that your vehicle can take more damage?
Man.
Doesn't sound cool.
It sounds so fun. I wanna like, even if like for sessions or like something, I wish I had the time to be like, hey y'all, let's do like a modern day campaign, or let's do like a fun sci-fi one. Like let's do some like vehicle combat, some like modern day tabletop systems. Let's do that really cool mech system that we were looking at. Lancer, like, that kind of shit.
You know, I would like to do like a one-shot of Lancer.
I would love to fucking just play Titanfall in tabletop setting. Like, holy shit. Also, if it just plays like the combat just plays like a war game, like, I'm good at those.
You know what? I think I got a good idea. I think beyond some of the other stuff I'm doing for the channel, what I want to do and start doing is running game one-shots. We talked about this before, right?
Oh yeah.
Running a game one-shot and then having player interviews about the game. Idea. And I think I want to do that. I don't know if I should do it once a month or once every other month.
Once a month would be more regular. So like, it'd just be a project that you need that like would need to take a lot of time to mess with.
Yeah, but I got the time. That's not necessarily my problem.
I'd say like once a month would be a better way to do it.
Okay.
It's more regular, because every other month would feel too irregular and like inconsistent, despite the fact it's on a schedule. It wouldn't feel that way on a feed.
You know what? Let's do that for. I could probably get it done by this month before the end of it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna look up a Lancer books right now.
I'm pretty sure the entire book is free. Or it's on the internet for free, but like you can pay for it.
Let's see. I mean, that would be, I guess, better. Mech.
Yep, I am downloading the core book.
Okay.
It's on Massive, or it's an itch.io. It's an itch.io system. It's all the fucking mech types that I'm excited for.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that, shall we? I'm gonna because I also want to work on my game system a little bit more, but I think I definitely will have time. Especially because tomorrow's another editing day for me now. So I think what I'll do is once a month I'm going to. So if you're watching this, and I'm actually going to put out a thing on the community tab because we have that now.
Ooh.
Community. Oh, I could do polls for game systems too. I want to do Lancer this month, but I think what I'll do is at the beginning of the month, I'll put a poll out and see what people want to see, and then I'll do a recruitment on the channel for a day. And yeah, that's a good community thing. Do some. That's a good idea. I like that. I like that idea a lot. Okay. You know, I'll do that after the stream. But that's a good idea. I got hyped talking vehicles and such. Man, I didn't think this was gonna be such a good topic today. Yeah. Honestly, I was just like, oh yeah, they're a thing. I feel like games don't use them enough, but now we got talking about it. I'm just like, you know, though, it does sound kind of good. And
great time.
It's something I'm discussing as well as kind of like a variety tabletop, and while it's not necessarily a variety tabletop, allotting a time slot in a month to a variety like video / stream I think would be really, really interesting as well. So
I think the best part that kind of thing would do is like giving a very clear, like, especially from the perspective of people who are like learning the system. It's like, this is how the system plays. If you're interested in like running a Vampire the Masquerade game, Blades in the Dark, Lancer, fucking whatever. Like, this is how a session is played, this is what it looks like. And it's from the perspective of people who are new to it as well. So they're pointing out like things that would help a new player.
You know what? I got an even better idea from that. So what I'll do, right, here's the plan. Mm-hmm. I'm going to have a session 0 where we make the characters and all that, and I'm going to record it all, but then I'm going to edit it, and then I'm going to take that, I'm going to make a video saying, so today we're getting started on this game system, and so here's some of the first goals that we want to do. Make like an infotainment style like video on it, using the session 0, taking clips from the session 0 as examples of like, all right, so we're doing this or that, or, you know, all that kind of stuff. And just kind of have like that overview. Like, so during this part, we were trying to figure out what we wanted to do and what kind of our basis was. And then taking clips of like people like deciding on what kind of roles they want to take or what kind of things they want to do. And then stream the game, and then have the interviews. And I think the hard part about it is I think I'd like to make it a 3-hour one-shot, so then I have like an hour to interview everyone after the fact. Which would be kind of rough to get everything out of.
Yeah, but I mean, to be fair, like, the draw of it would be introducing people, both the ones playing it, DMing it, and like people watching, like, this is what the system is. So it would just need to be like a core little thing to experience a game, and then like for our own sake, if like, I don't know, we play like Blades in the Dark or something, we realize, oh, the system's fucking fun, because I've heard it's very fun, and then we decide down the line, like, huh, what if we just made a campaign out of this? Like, that could possibly be open if there's time.
That's true.
Or not, like, whatever. But like,
that's fair.
We could just find, like, man, that actually was just a really good session one for a first campaign. What if we just continued? Like, we just did it on our own time. Like, I mean, there's a lot of good things for it, but like the thing that will draw people in is if it's like just a good overview of like what you do in the game. Also, I have a core book for a Warhammer 40k RPG system.
That's true. That's true. But yeah, because if we do it this way, then I'm imagining, right? That's two videos and one live stream from like one thing, essentially. Like, do the session 0. Session 0 takes like 2 hours, you know. Editing that video would probably take a day to do, depending. Also, if you feel inclined, because I know you've been thinking about that kind of stuff as well, that like kind of overview video that I'm thinking of would have a lot of really good like editing stuff in it that you could do. Kind of like that very professional, like professional overview kind of stuff. Kind of like how Dice Check kind of talks about all their stuff and all the editing they do to make it work, you know?
Yeah, I think it'd be a thing I'd be down to edit for once I find my voice in editing, which is what I'm going to be doing. Like, because once I get back from my little vacation back home, I'm going to start working on the ammo video. That is a promise. I will start cracking on the script right when I get home.
That's fair.
Or, like, once I recover. And then I want to figure out, like, if I have to edit videos and make content, because announcement, y'all watching the stream, I'm going to start producing YouTube videos so I can find work in, like, freelance editing fields. Watch them if you want. Whatever. But the first one I'm going to make is the Anima Beyond Fantasy overview of, like, why it's such a fun system, but how it's also hot garbage. I got a lot of stuff planned for it. I'm really excited. But yeah, once I find my voice, I'd be willing to do like bigger projects like that. I just want to find out like what I think is, and like find out what my limits are, so I can learn more stuff and Adobe Premiere.
That's fair. Just figure out, toss it out, because I think I got a really, really good idea for what I want to do for it. A very solid like schematic for it. But yeah, so that's the session 0 overview, and then the one shot, and then the post game interview, and like a final thoughts piece, but that can be just tacked on to the end of the interview. Yeah, and you know what? That'd be even cool as like a premiere. We could premiere the live stream, I think, on YouTube. Maybe not. Maybe I have to premiere the...
You can premiere videos, not live streams.
Damn. But I think putting out like early in the week the session 0 so people can watch that and be like hyped for what's going on Because I know Session Zero stuff does really well on YouTube. And then people can come watch the actual gameplay. And I think it'd just be kind of one of those things where it's like, all right, here's what it is. You guys go out on the mission and you guys do like the first battle and maybe some roleplay stuff. And then it just kind of cuts. Like, we're not even going to finish what the one shot actually would be. It would just be here's some roleplay stuff. Here's some exploration stuff. Here's some combat stuff. And then kind of left on a, all right, and then the mission continues kind of way to go for a lot of these. And mostly just because I don't think I can do actual one-shots, because I think a lot of these games, because you're learning and everything like that, would definitely be like a 2 or 3 session endeavor.
Oh, yeah. Also, actually, another benefit is if this shit, like, blows up, it would also could help speed up rule stuff where it's like, ah, shit, how's this rule work? And then, like, for all we know, there's a person in the chat who's like, hey, by the way, I've been DMing, like, Lancer for 10 years. I know it's not been out for 10 years, but whatever. Like, here's exactly what the rule you're looking for is. Yeah, that kind of thing. It's like, you could get people in the community be like, oh, hey, actually, this is how that works. It's like, oh, shit, thank you. You corrected us, so people watching actually get a good impression of the game we're doing.
Yeah, and another good thing about it as well, this makes a week of content for me pretty much, like every month.
Yeah.
Like, the hardest part about it is I just have to sit down and learn all the rules and, like, get people together.
Yeah. I know for a fact I would be there if you did a Warhammer Wrath and Glory. And the thing I'd recommend, just putting it out there, if you do a Warhammer Wrath and Glory, the one-shot needs to be a tier 3 one-shot. Because there are character tiers for like because you know Warhammer shit doesn't scale properly. Tier 1 is like regular human,
right?
Tier 3 is Space Marine.
I see.
And okay. You can have a human scale up to Tier 3, or you can have like it would be more people would want to do the Tier 3 to play. Like, I want to play the AdMech guy. I want to play the really cool Sister of Battle. I want to play the Space Marine.
Yeah, I think for a lot of the one shots, I would do like either early, mid, or mid-tier, like, placed games. Yeah. Just because sometimes the level 1 grind's really bad.
Yeah, and you're like, you don't get a full view of what the game's like.
Yeah. Like, if I was to do one for Pathfinder 2e, I think I would do, like, a level either 5 or 7.
Yeah.
Depending.
I can't wait to play an Exorcist Space Marine.
Yeah, bring your book or books with you when you come over, and just leave them with me.
Yeah, I'm not touching that system. I love it, but I'm not. I'm not good at reading and like learning systems. I also got a Shadowrun core book if you want that too.
Is it the recent core?
I bought it like a few years ago.
6.0, I can't remember.
I don't know. I actually, one second, it's on my bookshelf. I can just go grab it. Why is the binding of this book so dog shit? I don't use it.
A lot of game companies have kind of shit binding for their books. The Anima ones were really bad.
Oh, yeah.
Great books. Love the art. Love the design. The book quality is not that great.
This book looks like it was published 2016?
That might not be the most recent one then.
Yeah, I didn't know they were still doing Shadowrun shit. I thought that
Oh yeah.
I thought that was like on pause.
Shadowrun. Most recent edition.
Oh yeah, this is 5th edition. 5th edition Shadowrun. I don't have a 6th edition.
Yeah, I think Sixth World is the 6th edition one.
I know it says Sixth World inside the book. I just don't see it. Just on the back, it says it's the 5th edition Shadowrun.
Yeah, the 6th edition came out in 2019.
Okay. Yeah, that color me surprised. I didn't know they were still doing shit.
Yep. Which is weird because Sixth World, it says, is the edition, but that came out in 2019. But your book says 5th edition in it.
Yeah, it's on the back.
Weird.
And I got it like, I don't know, probably like 2016, 2017. I just found a tabletop system at a bookstore on Black Friday and it was really cheap, so I bought it.
Yeah,
and I know
so
for a fact they're still producing shit for Wrath and Glory. They released a new book recently. I don't know if it's any good. I think it's like vehicle stuff, actually. Funnily enough, I'm pretty sure that's what they dropped. I also know for a fact that this book is out of date with the lore because they only just added Primaris, and this book takes place like right after like the fall of Cadia, which is like,
oh wow. Yeah.
a little more old news.
Yeah.
This is like Roboute Guilliman, I think, just woke up, like from the lore in this book, and like we've already had 2 massive military campaigns with Guilliman in the lore, and now a giant Tyranid victory. By the way, the Tyranids won the last giant military engagement. So that's fun. It's got fun implications.
I think what I'll do is we're gonna run Lancer this month, and in like a week or so I'm gonna put out a poll, and I think it'll be the Warhammer one, Shadowrun. There's this edition that got me kind of into the White Wolf series in general called oh god, what was it called? It's not Anathema. It was a game that I originally played getting into like White Wolf games, and they released a 2nd edition like 4 or 5 years ago. I'm very curious how that one is, and that'd be a fun like callback game.
Oh, yeah.
And man, what can I think of it right now? I can't remember, but I'll need to find one more because I'd like to have a poll for choices, and we'll put that out and we'll see what people say. Not that like the channel is really all that big enough to get a lot like requests, but if it gets bigger, people will be more hyped knowing that they might get a choice to see like what game system, because there might be people out there who really want to see a game system.
That's fair. As well, when it eventually comes time, I can help you come up with like a story for, or at least like I can make sure you're not gonna spout anything that's just not or like canon in the Warhammer world, like any more inaccuracies, because I don't want you to get shouted at by neckbeards, bro. That's a fate I don't want.
Literally will always happen no matter what I do.
It will, but I'd rather
I get shouted out in Pathfinder games.
I would like to spare you from some if possible, because I have the power to. Standing idly by while that goes on is immoral, and instead I can just help like make sure you don't spout anything wrong.
We'll see at the beginning of next month what it will be. But yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. That sounds like we got, man, some good brainstorming here. Man, glad we had these table talks. They're always good. Always good.
Oh yeah, they're good. word, like what's the word? Fucking get around, talk about new ideas.
Brainstorming.
That's it. Brainstorming.
Yeah, it's good for brainstorming. It's also one of those kind of things of like I don't know. You're a person that has a lot of ideas. You're an idea guy. A lot of people I talk to are more kind of passive. They're like, oh, that sounds cool. But you're someone who's just like, nah, you know what would be really sick? This would be. Really helps stoke the flames of creativity.
Yeah, I mean, it also helps that literally anything I'm pitching to you is just because I want to see it or do it. So
that's what I want.
I'm just telling you things of like, I want to do this thing, but I'm going to frame it in a way that I think would be good for your content. When in reality, it's an excuse to play the Warhammer system I've been wanting to play.
You know what? Fair enough. But yeah, it like I said, I think that's a good idea. It does increase my workload a little bit because I had to read a system over the course of like a month. But like, what else am I doing with my time anyway? And that would be a nice content lull for like trying to figure out new content for either Pathfinder or whatever I'm doing, you know. And a good inspiration as well for my new game system, because I'm be reading a lot of other games, and I can just cherry pick all the things that I like and steal them. So this table talk just kind of turned into like a work meeting, like in the last half hour. Oh well, who cares?
Yeah, whatever.
It's my podcast. I can do what I want.
I'm also remembering how fucking good this core book is, by the way. I'm idly like paging through, and the fact of like each Space Marine chapter is like really unique, like because you get you essentially get a benefit and a downside for being a Space Marine.
Mm-hmm.
Like Blood Angels. When attacking melee, you actually get a reroll up to rank damage dice, because Blood Angels are really good in melee combat. However, you are also a vampire.
Yeah.
And like, if you kill something, you have to make a willpower check so you don't start drinking its blood. Or White Scars, or fucking ADHD, and like, if you like, you have to make checks to retreat. Or Imperial Fists, my boys. Those are my boys. The fact that like you can spend a point to ignore defense and cover stuff for an enemy that you're attacking, which is actually really similar to the thing they have in the actual tabletop. That is a rule they have for their chapter. And also, whenever you fail a willpower check, with how fucking stubborn they are, the DM gains a point of a ruin pool.
Mm-hmm.
Because those Imperial Fists are very stubborn.
It's fair.
Also, it gives you an entire page of every single implant for Space Marine, so you can properly roleplay your tasting meat and seeing the memories of it.
That's a great thing.
Or you have acidic poisonous spit as a Space Marine. And how this book is written is, here is a loose rule. And then a lot of times it'll say like, this is up to DM discretion. Where it'll tell you, like for the Space Marine implants, it's like you can use these to get bonuses on checks. You just need to make a suitable enough argument to your DM of why this implant would help you. I love me a system that makes that adds that kind of role-play and ingenuity because of like just rules that have many ways of implementing them on both sides.
Let's say for like, what day of the week can I get you for the end of this month?
I have no fucking clue, dude. I don't know how my schedule's gonna be next quarter at all.
For the end of this month?
Yeah, my quarter starts partway through.
Oof.
Yeah, I don't know when exactly I'll have
You said Mondays might be available, right?
I don't have class on Mondays.
Because if I want to do it this month, I gotta put out the call now, and I gotta pick a day.
Yeah. I know my classes begin on the 29th. So 28th, I'm not gonna have class.
28th, you're not gonna have class. Okay.
I know that for sure. We'll see if I have anything to do, but then my only class is on Friday, so like I actually have a bit more of a break.
Okay.
So,
Well, we'll put it for the 28th, that Monday. That should be fine. Hopefully, we get done with the Anima thing this next Monday. Can't believe we can't believe we're like, oh yeah, we're gonna have the final session, and then we miss it again.
it'd be like that.
Oh goodness. But yeah, okay. I'll schedule for the 28th. I'll put out an announcement on the channel or on the official Discord. So if you're interested in playing some Lancer, check us out on the official Discord. We're gonna be filling 5 slots, well 4 now, and the only requirements are that you're available on the 28th and you have time to sit down for a session 0, or I might even have to do individual session 0s depending the week before. So you will not need to know the rules before the session 0. You're free to look it up if you want to, but a big part of it is going to be me describing to new players how to play the game, just like anyone would if they invited their friends over to try a tabletop for the first time. So the session 0, you don't need to know anything. We're just going to, I won't stream it, but I will record it, and then I'll do a like official edited video talking about like the goals of a session 0 and you know what people pick and all that kind of stuff. So and that video will probably come out hopefully like the day before. Vale caught wind of some Lancer.
Because I have been threatened with playing Lancer without them. So I immediately sent them a message.
I see. I am grabbing you. I think we may have a second already.
That was the intention.
But yeah, I'm also excited for that session 0 video, because I think I have a really good idea on how I want to do it. And even if I do it like individually with people, the way I'm gonna edit it, you know, I can just edit in clips of what people are talking and what they want and everything like that. It'd be good to have everyone together, but you know, we'll see. So yeah, we're gonna start recruiting pretty soon, or well, we're gonna start recruiting as soon as this is over, pretty much, for the last 3 slots. And we're going to, you know, you have to be okay with being recorded, obviously. You have to be okay with live streaming it, obviously. And you have to be able to commit to the time slot. You know, the 28th, probably, maybe I'll even do it. Well, it might be I'll ask Vale. I don't know if Vale works on Mondays. I want to do it kind of like early-ish in the day, you know. So the latest will be 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We'll probably be playing earlier than that. If I could get even like 1 or 2, that would be good. But we'll just see what everyone has available.
Yeah.
But you have to be available on the 28th, just anywhere from noon to 8 p.m. And it's a 3-hour session. We're not going to fill the whole... It's not going to be a whole actual one-shot. We're going to only do what we can in 3 hours. And then after that, we're going to have an interview. And we'll live stream the interview, but I'll also take that interview and make a video out of it as well. So... And this will just be a new thing for the channel. So the last week of every month, last full week or as close to it as we can, and in this case, we can get to Wednesday, we'll do a new game system, and it has all the same stipulations. We're going to record the session 0. We're going to record a review after it. I'm going to try to stick to 5 players the best I can. Unless someone like really, really, really wants to bring someone in, maybe I'll do 6, but 5's typically my limit. And yeah, then the last month of every the last week of every month, this channel will just be producing variety tabletop content where we kind of dive into a game for some stuff. I'm very excited for this. I think it's very interesting, and we'll see how it goes. Kind of the problem with free advertising on like, oh, anyone who joins Discord can join, is you never know who you can get. But I think the session 0 will help with that a little bit, and because it's edited, I can also, someone's problematic, just edit them out. And again, this is just the experience of tabletop, so we're gonna see. But I'm really into this idea. It's good table talk today. Good table talk. To be fair, for the majority, we did talk about bases, and
we were on topic. We
for the
did
most
our
part.
job.
There's only a little bit of alcohol talk.
Yeah, a little bit. That had to curtail it because we can't have a repeat of last week.
Right.
I mean, even like my rant at the beginning, that's off topic. It was on topic. It had to do with vehicles.
That's true. It was really good. And then honestly, talking about vehicles got us to where we are right now, actually.
Yeah.
Because you're talking about like, oh, wouldn't that be cool? Wouldn't that be cool? Lancer.
Lancer, you have big mechs, and I can't wait to play the Gunslinger mech. Today was pretty base.
It was pretty base. Yeah, that's true. But a good, this is a good stream. If you watched to this point, you just watched something like a miracle happen. Because I've literally been sweating for like months now. Like, oh god, Why This Class Is Awesome series is ending soon. What am I gonna do?
What can I say? I'm just a content genius.
You know what, Alex? I literally cannot argue with you, and that's not the best thing.
Right. He admits it.
How can I? Literally, like, half the clips on our channel are based on the nonsense that comes out of your mouth. So
what I'm hearing is that I am a part of your job security.
Oh, don't
Isn't
say
that
that.
a fun sentence, Cam?
No, it's
Can't
not.
you wait to conduct business with me?
I can't wait for that. Relying on you is another question.
I'm reliable. I do my best to be reliable. I don't like lavender. Don't spread these lies. I don't want to hear this shit.
Just for the record. No, Alex, you like lavender as much as I like undead.
Fuck.
Can't have your cake and eat it too now.
Damn it. I don't like being put in this position.
Mm-hmm. Good. It's great. It's great. That's why we keep you around, Alex. No, like, legitimately, I think I've said this before too. I honestly can't imagine having like a podcast with anyone else. Not that anyone else is less interesting, but you just bring your own special spice to it that just generates content.
I'm glad to hear. I mean, this shit that we're doing is also one of the reasons I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll just try making some videos like of what I want to do. Just make stuff that I think would be fun, and then see what sticks. See what I like doing. Like try, because everyone has that thing of like, oh, be a content creator. Like everybody, not
Everyone.
everybody is like actually driven to do it.
You can literally look at my channel because I have videos from like 7-8 years ago.
Yeah. You're fucking driven. You know you want this, and so you're working to do it. I, however, am not that kind of person. I just think it'd be a fun little outlet, and if shit comes of it, hell yeah. Not what I was intended, but cool.
Yeah. Well, hey, and you know, this channel is growing, and if we get big enough, then you might just already have a job.
Yeah, that'd be great.
That's my dream. That's what I want. But yeah, no, man, if we can make a cool channel of just like nerdy people, just heavily invested in tabletop, that's more like, you know, I kind of want something like Moist Critical has with his channel, you know, where it's just a lot of like, they just kind of just do random shit and have fun and make content based on it. Did you see all the recent videos of the Charlies?
Yeah, with Joel Haver. Holy shit. Yeah, I was following it from Joel Haver's side because I'm a massive fan of him.
Oh, yeah.
And then just seeing, like, the fucking moist verse.
The moist verse, yeah. But, like, shit like that, you know? Like, just a channel where it's more like we're hanging out. You know, actually, I think that's why I've been wanting this all time and not, like, understanding. Just, I want a channel where it's just casual love for tabletop stuff, you know, like we're not sitting here, we're not talking overly about the rules, we're not sitting here talking about like the meta, we're not sitting here like hardcore like how to make your games better, even though I do some of that sometimes. Just like, yeah, just tabletop vibes. Yeah, just have fun with tabletop. It's a game. Have fun with it. Nothing else matters in the end. But, however, you know what would be really fucking funny? What?
April's coming up.
True.
Ah, shit, it's on Friday. What if we did a table talk where we became sweaty neckbeard tabletop players?
How so?
Not even
What's your
like
idea?
this one, but like I'm saying, what if we do a table talk for like a future April Fool's, where we write, where it's we talk about, we have a whole topic of how a lot of the classes are not viable. We talk about how people are playing the game wrong, and if you're not following the rules, are you really having fun? We just spout shit that's the polar opposite. It's like what we actually think.
For April Fools,
April
play
Fools,
humans
we do a thing where we we just become what we hate. Granted, I could do that because I am a fan of the style of I don't like a thing, so I'm going to pretend to be it to mock it and bring it to an unreasonable degree.
You know what? I like it. We can even do it this time around because I mean, who knows when April 1st will be on a Thursday?
Yeah, it's not going to be on this one, and the reason I say it a later one is because Fridays are absolutely like
that's your tabletop day. That's fair.
Yeah, I have a lot of things I'm doing on Friday from 9 a.m. to. I am actually busy from like anywhere from 9 to like 11 at night. Fridays are like unmalleable for me.
Rough. That would be a good thing.
Damn it. Yeah, actually it's going to be a while because in 2023 it's on a Saturday. I think in that case it would be funny down the line to make an April Fool's video where we do that, or April Fool's video of like, here's our D&D one shot, and it's just like, all right, you have to drive to work. Like it's mundane people going through the most mundane situations, like Gray is saying. We just play employees in a carpool. Nothing happens. That sounds like it'd be like an hour-long one-shot, or like 30 minutes of roleplay.
That would be pretty fun.
That'd be fun, like a fun little thing like that.
That would be fun too. Oh man, future of the channel, I suppose. But
yeah, video.
I do like the whole neckbeard thing. Maybe we'll do that for Halloween or something. We'll just Halloween as neckbeards.
We make the scariest tabletop where it's alternate evil clones of us that believe the opposite.
No, what's even better is we play each other's alternate evil clone.
So you have to do a bad impression of me,
yeah,
not believing the things I believe.
I think that's funny.
I think just in general, having to do an impression of me for 2 hours is probably going to be hell for you.
Oh yeah, trust me, I'll be like, oh fuck, how do I dumb it down?
Yeah, have fun matching my thought process, bro.
Have fun matching mine.
That's gonna be really hard. I can't think that well. I'm not articulate, man. Like, I can't wait, because the one thing that'll sell it is if you can properly rant of why swords are scarier than guns. If you can explain all of my key points and sound like it is believable from you, then you've mastered an impression of me.
I mean, to be fair, great, we're both kitty dads.
That's fair. I don't call myself that, but like.
But we're the evil version, so you know.
A dog dad. Yeah, I'll just have a thesaurus on hand. I'll just make up.
I feel like attacked.
I'll just have a thesaurus on hand. I'll say some made up big words, and then Cameron will have to go like, "You made that up."
Get out of here with your college words.
It's a fucking Harvard word.
Get out of here with those Oxford words. That's the big one, right? Oxford.
I always say Harvard.
Yeah, but I'm evil Alex.
Oh, the evil Alex would say Oxford.
Yeah.
God, I just remembered, like, I remember I hunted it down, like, months ago, like, where I got that from, and I immediately forgot it. I have no idea where I stole the phrase, that's a Harvard word. God damn it. Oh,
shame. It's gonna bother you now forever.
It is. It's gonna bother me for a few weeks. I know, like, my lexicon has been altered by, like, certain YouTubers I watch. That's a Harvard word.
Man.
And, calling people sex perverts. That is a thing I picked up from Red Letter Media.
Devin's brother watches a bunch of Moist Critical, and you can hear it all the time in the way he talks.
The thing is, when I'm playing games with him, it is straight up like I mean, that's how my friends around me talk.
Right.
So I feel at home.
Yeah.
Like, I guess someone my age.
Ugh.
So
Gut punch
that's
me.
how I talk when I'm playing Warhammer 2 with my friends. I'm a Zoomer, bro.
You know, I do my best.
I'm at the beginning of Zoomer shit, but you know, like I was like one of the earliest. Nah, it's Red Letter Media. They I don't know, they picked it up from like some old ass movie or something. But like it's just one of the guys on there, Mike Saklaza, just he calls people sex perverts. And for some reason it's stuck in my head, now I call people that. Yeah, no, we are like what, he's like slightly older than me, much to my like chagrin. Like I found out he was like, that was such a funny moment where it's like, what year were you born? 2000. Fuck. What month? October. Fuck. What day? And what? He's like a week older than me.
I always get depressed because like there's still a lot of the YouTubers I watch are still there, you know, like Mark, Jacksepticeye, they're all like a little bit older than me. But then I see a lot of the newer ones, like you know, Moist Critical is not new.
He's younger at least.
But he's younger. He's 27, I think. And another guy I watched called Tectone, he's like 28, and I'm just like, oh my god, I'm getting to that age where I'm older than the YouTubers now.
It's actually wild because I have the opposite, where a lot of times I find out that like, oh, I'm watching this streamer or this YouTuber, and then they say their age, and I'm like, I'm as old as you. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I hit that a lot, where I'm like, I am your age, and look how far you are. Damn, I'm jealous.
Well, yeah, that's something you just can't do, you know.
Yeah.
It's not a good representation, cause like the KFC guy, right? Like he's probably going to be more well known than anyone who was on YouTube, and he was like 60 when he got actually famous.
Colonel Sanders?
Yeah. Yeah, he was like in his
I guess.
60s and like in a big depression, and just
Yeah,
went door to door and started selling chicken.
That's fair. Yeah, there's no good reason to compare yourself to others. Like it's not a healthy habit. It's just something I find like shocking every once in a while, because I always have like grown up with every YouTuber being older than me, and then suddenly there's YouTubers that are my age. And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Ooh."
I mean, I get it too, to be fair. I always like to remind myself though that like Morgan Freeman didn't even get famous until he was like in his 50s. Before that, he was just this guy who kept trying to act and just never got any big parts or anything.
Sounds about right.
It's hell. I even like Peter Dinklage was like almost 30 before he started actually getting roles. So it's like,
I know he had a bunch of small time bits. He was in a movie called like Door to Darkness, which I need to watch. He was in Elf, and then I mean Game of Thrones is where he like blew up.
so, you know, it's like,
That wasn't Door to Darkness. That's the fucking Apocalypse Now documentary. Never mind, ignore me.
there's for anyone out there, it's like, even when it comes to YouTube, right? I think a lot of people get this idea that YouTube's like a young person's game. You know, because it's like those are the people who are like the TikTokers, you know, and the old Vine people as well, and everything like that. But like, legitimately, even people who are now in their 30s, 40s are still doing phenomenally on the platform. You know, if you like Game Grumps, you know, Danny Avedon is like 37, I think, or 38.
Oh yeah.
And I think Aaron's close to my age. I think he's a little bit older. I'm lucky that I don't have a bad case of old man face in my 30s.
Fair.
There's a lot of guys who turn 30 and they just turn
tell.
like 40 years old immediately. I need to lose a little weight in my face, but if I did that, I would still look like late 20s probably.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I look that old.
No, you do not look like an old man.
No. I don't even think I look 30, honestly.
Not really.
No one can tell you're 40 years.
Yeah,
Shut up,
no one
Devin.
can tell that you're 50.
Fuck off. No, oh, you stop.
You look really young for a 70-year-old.
Damn it. I'm just sitting here trying to be positive about myself. I don't get attacked.
Old.
You know, I guess like late 20s.
No, yeah,
And you know,
look like that age range Grace has is pretty accurate.
yeah. Like I said, I just need to lose some weight in my face. It's such a hard place because you gotta lose weight everywhere else first before it goes in your face.
Yeah, it's genetics. I mean, so that's something I found out, by the way, in I've been learning a lot about modern exercise science as I've hired a person to help me get fit.
Right.
The whole thing of isolated workouts, you do ab workouts to kill belly fat. That's not a thing.
Nope.
That's not how it works.
Nope.
So you just gotta hope that your body decides to take away your face fat stores, and genetically, it's just dependent.
Yep. My grandfather on my dad's side had a really bad turkey neck kind of thing,
Yeah.
and my mom kind of has it too. So But it's just one of those things where it's just burning calories.
Yep.
It's just burning calories, and it's typically you lose weight like pretty equally across your body. Like, you ever see people like lose a bunch of weight? You can look over. They lose weight like almost everywhere. It's not like the same amounts, but I think it's like the same percentage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like 10% of my face fat is like maybe a pound. No, it's not. That'd be dumb. That means my face is 100 pounds. But, you know, it's like a few grams. No, I mean, make my face 10 pounds, whatever. Anyway, probably a few grams anyway. But like 10% off my belly would definitely be a few pounds.
Yeah.
So
actually, like I funnily enough, like on this, in the past like few weeks has been like one of the first times like I've actually had like muscle. Like if I flex for the first time, if you like, you know, press down on my bicep, there's actual muscle there. It's very cool. I am liking this resolution.
Yeah, that's always gonna be hard. Like I will never be slim a day in my life. If I work out, I'll beef up. I'm an endomorph, so
Same.
like anytime I would do any workout, like I already have a broad chest and a broad shoulders, like naturally. So if I do anything to slim down, I'll just look bulky, no matter what I do.
We have like the same body type.
Yeah, we do. That's why I said we could definitely be each other's evil copy clones.
Yeah. Hence why I've been like working so hard to just get buff, because like I'm not gonna like lose weight. I'm just gonna like get buff to the point where the fat's gone because it's replaced by muscle. That it'll work better. It'll be easier to like. That was the reason I made the resolution of like 2022. I'm gonna get buff, because like that sounds way easier than losing all this weight.
That's right.
And also more fun. Lifting weights is fun.
I like lifting weights too.
It's a good time.
Legitimately, the only reason why I don't work out is because I don't do things well for myself.
Mm-hmm.
If literally I worked with someone, or I lived with someone who's like, hey, let's go work out, I'd work out just as much as they would.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know, that's like a lot of things in my life, honestly. It's kind of a bad thing. I just have a lot of people that like, or I just, if I had more motivated people in my life, I'd do a lot more different things, because I'm always such a
long once we get the streamer house going.
Fuck yeah, I would totally do it. If someone's like, hey, I'm gonna go run, you know, like I go run. Hell, when Devin and I were running together, I ran till I pissed blood. Like that's not even a lie.
I actually have a really nice gym I go to that's open 24 hours, because the time that I can go work out is usually like 10 or 11 at night.
Yeah, I definitely need late night gyms as well. And to be fair, Gray, it's just because I have to be very careful. I have a very high tolerance for like pushing myself, and I can overwork my body way too easily, even when I think I'm going easy on myself. So it's just one of those things. If you're someone like me who struggles to balance your like workouts, make sure that yeah, that's true. I sound Grace's face into the floor one time.
Damn.
Well, okay, we were playing a game of charades, right? And the subject was sweep.
And so you actually...
My martial arts brain is like, yes, sweeping. So I was kind of like trying to motion it with Gray. And I just...
That's true, by the way.
Yeah,
That makes up for it in the end. You got the win.
I so distinctly remember Gray's face bouncing off the floor.
Damn.
That's man. When you do a lot of martial, fuck. When you do a lot of martial arts, like you forget how easy it is to do. I remember because like I also sparred with Alicia a lot back when I lived in Wenatchee, and I was always like, okay, so I'm just gonna come at you like some normal person would, you know. I'm gonna try to just assault you like some normal, like someone who doesn't know how to fight does. So I'm doing it, and then I do a leg sweep, and I'm like, fuck no, people don't do that. God damn it.
Yeah, no, people don't go for that.
It's so hard to reverse like training like that, because like when you train for muscle memory. So you know you do things like thousands of times, and then when you're in the moment, you're not even thinking about it. You're like, okay, I see their leg is like halfway forward, and then can't like the sweet people confirmed. Don't give me a reason then, Gray. Don't give me a reason then.
I'm gonna have to like watch myself when I come visit. Like for all I know, I'm just gonna get assaulted. You're gonna like come at me like, I'm gonna assault you just like a real person would. Meanwhile, I'll just cower in a corner like I would in that situation. I'm not a fighter.
To be fair with Alicia, I didn't actually sweep Alicia. I went through the motion and saw myself like halfway through.
That's fair.
Gray was not as fortunate though. Gray, I was just like, oh, Devin, how are you not getting this? How are you not getting this? Sweep, swoop. Oh, God.
All right, but just saying, I gotta head out in like 10 minutes to go edit film. So
that's fair. Sorry, we got a bit tangent there.
We got sidetracked.
It's all good. Anyway, yeah, that's about it. It was a good stream. We got some good future plans going. I think I like the direction we're going. And Gray, you know our relationship by now. You should expect as much. I'll leave that on an ominous line. But yeah, thank you all so much for being here. If you guys watched the video up through this point, thank you. A good stream overall. We did actually talk a lot about vehicles and bases. It led to some very interesting places, and now the channel's taken a turn that I think is really good. I've also got a lot more ideas for my game as well. So as soon as I get the base gunplay stuff down soon, I think we'll go, and I think I'll mess around with vehicle stuff a little bit. I also got to mess with like cybernetics, so that's also another thing that's on the to-do list.
Sick.
But yeah, thank you all so much for being here. Good luck with any of the games you're in. Leave the bad luck to me, and I guess we'll go ahead and say goodnight.
Good night.
Good night.